Hello, beautiful people from YouTube. My name is Lynn, and today I'm talking about Beautiful Suit. This is book number 8 from the Beautiful series by Christina Lauren. If you read the second book, Beautiful Stranger, you met Max and Sarah. So this is Max older brother Niall. So Niall and Ruby is a American, but she lived in London with Niall, and they kind of worked together. So it's kind of like a not really a Bennett and Chloe situation, but almost. This one is she is a intern for a job, not for his job, for a program that she wants to get into, but for able to do that, she needs to work for a job here in London, and so she always had a big crush on him ever since she got the job. So she never talked to him, never actually met the guy. She didn't know the name, and he was married, and when he got divorced. But when she got the job, all of that gossip was going around. So Naya and her boss need to go for a month to New York City to fix everything what they need to be fixing up in New York. Honestly, they won't really tell you much. Ruby boss wife is pregnant. So what happened was she was already going into labor. So he can't go at all. So now you're like, okay, I did go by myself. They're like, no, you didn't go to Ruby. Ruby didn't go with you for a month. So they're like, who Ruby was about? Because he don't really remember that much about her. Like I said, then when you met. And she was so nervous being with Niall that she actually wrote notes that and she also wrote notes on the notebook like be good and don't get nervous and all those type of notes. And he read them while he was at the airport. When she was inside the plane, she fell asleep and wrote notes. And something happened at the airplane and airport that is so funny, and I didn't tell you what, but it's funny. So when they got to New York City, they stayed in a hotel together, and they stayed in a hotel, and then they all didn't go to work and find a new office for them and everything. So why they doing that? Why they looking for offices and all that? Little by little, they are getting to know each other as friends. Well, I don't want to say friends because she thinks like, oh my God, you know. So Niall really have a hard time not trusting people, but his marriage was not that good. He was married at age 18. His first girlfriend, and everything went bad for him in the marriage, and he don't want to talk about his marriage, and he very like close off. Ruby is very open and very talkative. Niall is the opposite. Niall is like the chick in the relationship. I didn't put it like that. Ruby more like the guy in the relationship, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And Niall is more like they go in a relationship. It's very different. And it is one of my favorites from the series. Of course, when they go back to London, they are trying to be as a couple. So, when they go back to London, they want to be a couple. They want to do all the fun things. While they were in New York, before they go to London, the day or 2 days before, she had lunch with Will, Matt, and herself. She didn't mean to, but it just happened. She liked to take pictures of New York and send it to her mom and everything. And Will and Matt happened to be there. And she is very nervous talking to the brother and everything. So she the one who opened up. We are like, yes, I do like and basically he said, take your time with him. Don't give up right away. It is going to take time to be with him. So she does. But with Niall, it's very complicated because he kind of like test the waters. He did put a toe in and back it up. If it's too cold, he won't go in. That was she basically said, like, he did testing the waters. And so when they go back to London, a lot of stuff go down. A lot. All in one go. So Ruby had to choose the job over Niall. Of course, she picked Niall. So during that time that she had to choose, back in London, so they're gone for a whole month. So when they go back to London, her boss kind of knew what going on, kind of didn't. So of course the relationship cannot not happen, but she already knew that it could happen because they're not actually working together. They're not her boss and everything. So she had to pick her job or Niall. She picked Niall. So doing with all that going on, Niall got a phone call. And Ed's wife calls. And she wanted to go out to dinner at the house and talk and see if they could get back together. And of course, he felt a little bit weird, but he said yes. And of course, Ruby got mad. Like, we just got together and you didn't go see your ex-wife, thinking that she could have a chance of getting you back. So she got mad. And he went to dinner and he felt uncomfortable being there because he was like, Ruby, why I should not come. So he left and tried to call Ruby and be like, you were right, but Ruby never answered the phone. So the next day, he did not know that what was going on about picking sides, her job or him. So he found out that she picked him, and he thought that, he picked the wife. So it was going on for months. And basically the ending of it, but it almost like Beautiful Bastard. Only Beautiful Bastard, and it kind of like this, that they waited for like a couple months and then they get back together. It basically like that. The ending is the same like Beautiful Bastard. Kind of, sort of, not really, but almost. Yeah, so in my little, did I like the book? Yes and no. Now rereading all these series, I did and I didn't, because she was so, not annoying, but she was like, oh my god, she overthinks what he does. Like, I don't know, but I should give it a 5 stars. Will you read the whole series? You need to read the whole Beautiful Bastard series. And then somehow with this book, it kind of entwined with Beautiful, what it called, the other series of Christina, the Sweet Pretty Boy series. It kind of, one of the books from that series, it kind of go with the book here. Because her roommate back home, not from London, but like back where she was from, it kind of gives you a little hint that it one of the books. But I don't remember what book was it. But yeah. 5 stars, it's very good. Every Beautiful series is so different than the next, but they all have the same plot line, like in the end. Like they break up and get back together, take a plot line. But every story is different, but that plot line is the same. Then break up, then get back together. And in a way, I kind of like that plot line in a way, because, when I first time read these books, they were very new to me. And I kind of enjoy that plot line that, like then break up and get back together. Because you want to see how and then they get back together. Every book on way they get back together is different. Every book. So I kind of do like that. So I got one more book left, and that is Tangled. So I didn't put the picture here, because if I read that one, I read all the books. Plus, I didn't see the movie. I did read that one. So Tangled is my next read. I cannot wait to read that one. I only read the book once, so I can't wait to read the book and see how I like it. Okay, I do remember a drama, and this drama go on for the next couple of books. So I don't know how that one didn't go. But Tangled, I am going to read it, watch the movie, and all that. So I got my Goodreads Instagram link down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.